Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first DnDenial run of Definitely Wizards, a game where we are all definitely wizards. Don't ask questions, trust me. I'm going to allow my lovely players. Wait, I'm the speed of candy. I'm going to be DMing this game. I totally know what I'm doing, I promise. You can find me as the speed of candy all over the internet and here on DnDenial on Monday nights, Tuesday nights, and DMing on every other Sunday. I'm going to allow my lovely players to introduce themselves, and then I will give a brief rundown of what the game is that we're going to be playing, and then we will jump right in. So to begin, why don't we start with, I'm going to call everybody by their player names just because it makes my life easier. Why don't we start with Elizabeth Pendray?
Hi, everyone. My name is Hillary. You can find me on social media at Pixie Spry, mostly on TikTok and Twitter. I do a lot of D&D and TTRPG art there. And today I will be playing Mrs. Adalbert Pendray, also known as Elizabeth or Betty. Well, actually, I am playing Adalbert. I'm definitely Adalbert, my beloved husband, because he's a wizard.
Lovely. And we'll switch it over to Rascal.
Hi, I am playing Rascal, and I am definitely not 4 raccoons in a starry cloak that are named, what did I name them each? I have extra and named all of the raccoons, guys. So we have Trash, Pandora, Ringo, and Bandit.
I love them all.
Amazing. They're so cute. All right. Alchemy Runebro.
Hey guys, I am Crazy Gamer Lady on TikTok. That's really the only place you can find me. I am currently playing Alchemy Runebrow. I'm totally not an alchemist. I am so definitely a wizard. It's ridiculous. Like, you should be amazed at how much of a wizard I am.
Love it. Elvira Wilder.
Hi y'all, my name's Lydia. I am bookish streamer on TikTok, and I am playing Elvira Wilder, a simple Southern belle who's just been around a little too long. She's definitely not a vampire. She's just a simple little lady from down south, and she has a honey badger pet that just follows her around everywhere.
So cute. And last but certainly not least, my partner in crime, Dwayne Roxon.
Hey everybody, I'm Jessica. I go by IC Stars online, and I am 100% definitely a wizard.
Amazing. All right. Let me give a brief rundown of our game. We are playing Definitely Wizards, a game where we are all wizards trying to pass the Ministry for the Distribution of Arcane Magical Permits Ministry Certification exam. As everyone knows, magic is best left to those who have practiced and studied for years in order to craft their art. That is not you guys. You guys all get your magical abilities from a variety of sources that are, let's just say, anything but book learning. Unfortunately, this means that you need to hide your magics as you are trying to pass the Ministry of the Damp, as it's colloquially known, Wizard Certification exam. Rules of the game are pretty simple and straightforward. I'm going to go over them real quick just to remind everybody. Your power and ability to conceal your magic is represented by 2 stats, Wizard and Wild. Wizard refers to your ability to blend in and do neat wizardly stuff. Wild is your natural talents, your abilities, and how conspicuous those natural talents are. Your stats will change as you cast various spells, but you start the game with 3 in each stat. If your wizard stat reaches 6, your pent-up wild magic threatens to explode. You can't do any wizard spells until you've succeeded on a wild roll, at which point your wizard stat resets to 2. If your wild stat reaches 6, you've drawn suspicion and you can't cast any wild spells until you've succeeded on a wizard roll when your wild stat resets to 2. If any player's wild stat goes higher than a 6, or the entire party's wild stat reaches 6 simultaneously, it means you are caught. You not only fail the test, but will be arrested for wild magic crimes. So I mentioned briefly wizard rolls and wild rolls. Basically, if you're trying to cast a wizard spell, you do a wizard roll. Your goal is to roll below whatever your wizard stat is at the time. If you roll above it, there's some consequences. We'll roll again, and I'll explain what those are when we get to it. Same thing goes for if you're casting one of your wild spells. Your wild spells are basically anything you can think of that makes sense for your character to be able to do. So if you're a vampire and you want to use, you want to turn into mist, go for it. That's a wild spell. If you are super strong and buff and you want to lift up a heavy door, that's a wild spell. You get the idea. That's pretty much it. The only difference is that if you cast a wild spell, if it succeeds, you add 1 to wizard. But if you cast a wizard spell, if it succeeds, you add 1 to wizard. If you cast a wild spell, you only add 1 to wild if you fail at concealing it. So if you're very obvious about it, if you're like, I just turn into mist, well, that's not very, wizardly. If you say something like, I cast gaseous form and then turn into mist, you're a little more subtle. That's pretty much it. Any questions before we start? Everybody's good? Awesome. All right. The 5 of you have completed your paperwork and the written portion of the DAMP Wizard Certification exam, and all that is left is the practical portion. You will be evaluated as a group. If any of the party fails, you all do. The exam is a series of trials designed to test your magical competence, skill, and control. You find yourselves in the headquarters of the Ministry of the Distribution of Arcane Magical Permits, waiting around in a very plain, boring-looking waiting room, when suddenly a bright, glowing white ball of magical energy just pops into place in the middle of you. And loudly, probably just a little bit too loudly, it begins to speak. Greetings, wizard. I am Procty the Proctor, your wizard certification exam proctor, courtesy of the Ministry of the Distribution of Arcane Magical Permits. Don't use the acronym. They don't like it. First off, congratulations on making it this far. You've all paid your dues and passed the written exam. All that's left is the practical. In just a moment, I will conjure a mystical door. Impressive, right? All you have to do is pass through that door, and the one after that, and the one after that. You get the idea. Eventually, you'll reach a room with no more doors. That's where you'll all receive your wizarding certificates, permitting you to contract and complete all manner of arcane tasks and adventures. Now, I'll be with you the whole time, so if you have any questions, just ask. Of course, I can't help you solve the problems in the room. That would be cheating. But other than that, I'll tell you anything you want to know. Here's some free info. My favorite color is blue. Oh, I should mention that I will be monitoring you very closely for any signs of cheating. If you attempt to use illicit magic or unauthorized tools, I will be forced to fail and/or arrest and/or execute you. And nothing escapes my excellent magic vision. But, of course, I'm sure I have nothing to worry about from 5 fine examples of scholarly integrity such as yourselves. Good luck, and try not to die. Cleaning up failed candidates is the worst part of my job.
I'm gonna punch Claptrap in the face. Jesus.
And he floats upwards, and where he was standing, a door materializes. And it's like a door that looks like it's set in the middle of the room. You can look behind it, in front of it. There's nothing there, but there is a door. What would you like to do?
Does it have a handle?
It does have a handle.
I kick it open.
You kick open the door. On the other side of the door is bright white light.
Who ladies first. I like to lean on the door jamb a little bit and just
Boy,
I just pick up Frankie and just start walking through.
You walk
I'm
through the
walking-
door. You are in
Yeah.
a room of just pure white light.
I walk through the Alchemy's gonna walk through the door as well.
Okay, same.
Just be like, I'm all for manners, but that's a little overkill.
Rascal, you
I
see
kind
kind of
of go ahead.
you see Rascal kind of like go towards the door, is a little bit teetering, but they make it through. Think little rascals. The two kids are on top of each other for the trench coat.
It's
I
too
think
cute.
Dwayne looks at the last. You are pretending to be your husband, right? Okay,
Yeah.
Dwayne looks at the last person there and is like, age before beauty. I'm so sorry. Wow, I hate myself already.
Of course, this is my second time taking the test. No worries. And she will very nervously walk through the door.
And he'll follow him in.
Once all five of you are through the door closes behind you, and the white light flares and then dies down as you find yourselves in a forest clearing with a 20-foot wide river across the clearing from you. There are trees surrounding you on all sides. The river itself appears to be moving fairly slowly, and immediately you clock another two-dimensional door standing opposite you across the river. There are lily pads on top of the river, and you see the sun is shining brightly in the sky, this white light color. And if any of you turn to look at it, it just brightly goes, "Hi, I'm still here and watching. Good luck."
I don't trust the lily pads. I'm just saying.
What would you guys like to do?
You guys see Rascal get up to the river, and they just go, and this really like squeaky voice go, "Polymorph!" and scurry out of the cloak. And they scurry across the lily pads. And one of them, like, you see the last one like scurrying with the cloak in their hand.
Okay, but that was amazing.
Okay, amazing. So you are just scurrying across the lily pads?
So
yeah.
Alchemy is going to grab a pouch from her pocket. She is going to look like she's dusting off her feet, but she's actually breaking the pouch on her feet. Says, "I cast water walk," and walks across the river.
Nice. I love it. Okay,
Amazing.
wow. Shit.
Okay.
There are trees, right?
There are trees. You're in kind of a clearing. The trees are circled around it.
Okay. Are there logs, or do I have to cut a tree down?
There are no logs.
Okay, cool. I'll come back to me. Let me think about this.
For sure.
What am I doing with this?
Elvira or Mr. Pendray?
I think that if Mr. Roxon is having trouble, I'm gonna hang back to make sure that he's all right.
Okay.
Sort of like a doting mom.
All right. Well, we're definitely getting you to the end. Roxanne or Dwayne will go up to a tree, go kind of like through his what is that thing called? His pouch. What are they called? In D&D, they are the
Component
Ampoules?
pouch?
Components?
component pouch. My brain just blanked.
It's
So
okay.
could it go through his component pouch, which is really just things like granola and nuts and stuff to keep him going. And he takes out a fistful of granola and he's like, he kind of like does this motion. He's like, I cast, what's that motherfucker? Barbarian strength on this. And then he eats it. And he's going to try and just punch down a tree.
Okay. We're going to resolve that in just a second. I just checked the rules and I made a mistake. I need everybody to roll who did a wild spell. So we're going to start with, sorry, who went first? I think Rascal went first. So we'll start with
Yep.
Rascal. It's a D6. You want to roll below a 3.
Below a 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Can it be? Okay. At 3? Does
At,
that
or,
count?
at or below a 3,
Okay.
yes.
I rolled 3.
Okay.
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Okay. So you get away with it. It's very apparent that you just cast polymorph to turn yourself into 4 raccoons. It was very impressive. Let's go alchemy next.
First bad
Come
one. That was
on,
a 6.
Oh no. Okay. That's okay. So there might be a problem. Give me another D6 roll. Ideally, you want it to be like a 3 to 4.
Oh my god, it was a 3.
Okay. The
I like
spell
this
works.
dice now.
The spell works, but with a negative side effect, and you're going to add 1 to wild. So your wild stat is now 4. So you make it across. It does work, but you notice that wherever you step on the water leaves this green footprint as whatever you put on your shoes stays behind in the water and floats downstream.
Rude.
And then Dwayne, let's get your roll.
I think seeing that, by the way, I try and call a lot of attention to myself so
Okay.
that, like, as I'm doing this, just so that the proctor doesn't notice.
Okay.
Oh, fuck, a 6.
All right. So you just eat a bunch of granola and punch down a tree. Go ahead, give me another D6 roll and we'll see what consequences happen.
I'm not using that dice. 1.
Spell peters out and doesn't do anything. So you're punching at this tree. It's just
The
not
tree.
working. It's not working. Just, nothing's happening.
I push the tree and I'm like, oh, my hand. Well,
Did you not remember the right incantation?
no, I don't
Oh.
think I did.
I sort of my darling always used to whenever I cast a spell, I say special words. I could maybe try it on you and you could try again.
I'd be willing to do that. Yeah, sure.
Okay. I am going to sort of with my turn, try and do a real wizard spell, and just try and recite the words and do the hand motions that I would see Adalbert do when he was doing like home improvements around our house together, like sort of things that like husbands and dads do.
She's making it to the end.
Okay.
Somebody get them recertified.
So you're trying to use your wild magic to help Dwayne.
I want to
accomplish what
try
he's
and
accomplished.
use wizard. Like I want to try and remember the actual spell, if
Okay.
that's okay. And do like a wizard roll.
You only know, so there's a list of spells that you know.
Oh, there is?
Yeah. In the
It's in the
document, it's
rule
on
book.
page
Then
4. Those are the
for
only
sure.
wizard spells you could use. Anything else, if you're using something that you know because of your unique circumstances, it's part of your wild magic.
I think that is my wild then, right? Because that
Yeah.
was kind of what we did with. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll try that then.
So
So it's 2d6.
So you're rolling 1d6 first to see if you succeed or not, and then if you fail, you'll
Okay.
roll the second one.
I rolled a 3, so that's
Okay.
success. I
So
think.
that's a
Yeah.
success. You absolutely. So you seem to recall one of the incantations that your husband used around the house, and you cast it on Dwayne, strengthening them and making them strong enough so that the next time they punch the tree, topples
It's
right
one
over.
punch. It's like one punch, like the tree just like right in half.
Absolutely. There is a pretty big tree, like it's 20 feet long. It's long. You picked a tree long enough to cross this river, lying on the floor now in this
Cast
clearing.
levitate, and I wiggle my fingers, and what I'm doing is really just picking it up and moving it.
Okay, give me another wild roll.
Shit, come on.
You went up,
guys.
right? You were at 4?
3. Yes, I'm
Okay.
at 4 now.
Okay, 3. It works as intended. Absolutely.
Okay.
So you pick up this big tree, and what are you doing with it?
I place it across the river and help. Is it Adelbert? Mr.
Mhm.
Pendry across.
Beautiful. I got a 2 for my conceal too.
Beautiful. Okay. So yeah, you make it across. The two of you are able to walk right across. You've managed to ford this river. Elvira, you haven't gone yet. There's now a tree across the river you could always
You
use
could
if you
whack
wanted to.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk across the tree.
Okay. You
Just follow behind everybody.
walk right across the tree, no problem at all. You all make it to the door that's across the river, and this door's flat. Like it looks like a drawing of a door. There are some fallen trees behind the door, like suspiciously 2x4 sized fallen branches and stuff behind this door, but the door itself looks like a drawing.
That's rude.
and it's on a wall. Like if we go, we can't go
It
behind
is
it.
floating in the middle of the
Floating in the middle
just
of the.
standing in the middle of the clearing.
Okay.
But if you go
Um,
behind it, it looks like the backside of the drawing of the 2-dimensional door.
I cast transmogrify on the door to turn it into a 3D door.
It's a small amount of matter.
I will allow it. Give me a wizard roll. Turning it into a slightly different. Yeah. Okay.
That's what that's
It's 1,
all right. It's a 3 or below, or
Yeah.
is it? Okay.
3 or below.
That's a 5.
All right. So I need you rolled above your wizard stat, so roll again for the consequences.
Okay. Seven.
7
No.
on a d6.
Oh, I thought we were rolling 2.
No. You're just rolling
Oh.
1, and then give me what that.
Oh, then I need to re-roll the first one.
Okay.
I'm like, wait, something's wrong.
Do you want to re-roll the first one? I mean,
Okay, yes,
go for it.
because I rolled 2d6 thinking,
No, just the one.
It's 1d6 at a time.
Yeah.
okay, that's a 1.
Okay, so that was for the
Much
first one. I mean, technically your spell should have petered out, but that's okay. It's done. I'm not gonna go back and retcon it. And then do you want to roll for this one now?
Also a 1.
Okay. You go to cast Transmogrify on this.
You
Spell's
guys
a
see
dud.
just these tiny stubby arms.
Nothing happens. Tiny stubby arms come out. Transmogrify.
Does the
Nothing happens.
proctor look like it was paying attention?
Proctor, yeah, looks like he saw that you failed this.
Okay, I sneeze really loudly and like at the same time trying to like cover that up. Like I threw them off their game, you know?
You know that if you're covering for her, you have to add 1 to your wild stat, right?
Okay, fine. Then I'll be at a
Just letting you
5.
know. Okay.
It's fine, bro.
Okay. Okay. No
So wait.
consequences.
To clarify,
Yes.
above a 3 is good, below a 3 bad.
No.
No,
Below a
other
3.
way.
So when you're trying
Okay.
to cast the spell, below your wizard stat, good. Above your wizard stat, bad. If you fail to cast the spell because you got above your wizard stat, then we have to roll again to see what happens. And it's 1 or 2, the spell is a dud. 3 or 4, you unintentionally cast wild magic. 5 or 6, the spell fails dramatically, like something real bad happens.
Okay, so shouldn't that have worked if I rolled a 1 then?
Your first time you rolled was above a 5.
That was when she rolled the 2d6.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. Then yes, that should have worked. Sorry, I misunderstood
Okay.
what you're saying. Okay, so yes, you cast Transmogrify on the door. Sorry.
Yeah.
The door
Yay, misunderstandings.
Okay, cool. So
fattens
we're
up
good.
and turns
We're
into a
good.
regular door.
I opened the door.
You open the door, the door swings in to a room of bright light beyond. That
Nice.
bright
Going.
white light.
Cool. Good job.
I had a feeling that would work.
Amazing.
I just like give you the
You
finger
see
guns.
Rascal just teeter in.
There's like Dwayne behind him, like just in case.
I am
balls.
living for this as a joke. Like, it's a legitimate character archetype in this, but it's also just legitimately a fucking joke character because of the archetype. And I'm living.
And honestly,
for
if they put this in D&D, I will totally play it.
100%.
Oh yes.
where there's already the homebrew of was it like either 2 halflings in a trench coat or kobolds or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
I've
a
seen
thing in D&D.
Yeah.
Next joke campaign. Looks expectantly at the DMs in the room.
Maybe.
I'll let you know. All right, so Rascal makes it through the door. Are the rest of you following?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. You all follow through the door. As the last of you enter, you hear, "Congratulations, you've passed the first room." And light gets super bright, dies back down, and you find yourselves somewhere else. You are in a room that can best be described as the inside of a metal safe. The walls made of apparently seamless metal, with a soft snoring sound echoing off the walls. As the magic light fades from your teleportation into this chamber, you immediately start to float up off the ground.
Oh no.
You flail about, but only succeed in turning yourself in place. You also immediately see something concerning. In the center of the room is a giant floating eyeball monster with some strange eye stalks surrounding its circular body. It appears to be sleeping. There are 5 doors in this room. One in the center of each wall and one in the center of the ceiling. Each door has a little jingly bell attached to it.
Bro.
Well,
Fuck you.
what would you guys like to do?
You guys see Rascal's eyes just get like big as saucers when they see shiny.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh.
Don't jingle the bell.
Don't jingle the bell.
Don't jingle the bell.
Please, for the love of whatever is holy, don't jingle the bell.
Oh no.
Okay. And so we're floating in the air
Floating in the air.
and we can't move forward. We just kind of spin with it, right?
Yeah.
So we have to figure out how to get ourselves to a door.
Presumably.
Right. Okay. can I do here?
Hmm.
Can I cast Frost Nip to propel myself towards a door? It's like a little burst of air. Or can I fart really hard and just like
Oh my gosh.
Frost Nip, fart.
I don't think Frost Nip is going to be enough to propel you.
Okay, then I fart
will
really hard.
absolutely call that a wild spell. Sure, you are. Can I make a suggestion? Just
Yes.
as a DM, you have food and stuff in your little pocket.
Mhm.
that
Yeah, I
if you
ate a
wanted
bunch of
to-
beans.
Okay, so just pull out.
I just pull out a bunch of like random raw beans. And they're not even cooked, and I'm like, oh, Frost Nip, propel.
You utilized your wizard prop, so you, if you would like to, can either add 1 point to wizard or remove 1 point from wild.
I'm gonna remove 1 point from wild.
Okay, and then give me a wild roll.
2. Shit.
Did you just? No, you're fine.
No, it means it's a 1 to 2. The spell doesn't work, right?
No, the first roll you just want to get lower than your
Okay, cool.
stat.
2.
So what's your stat?
It's 3.
Okay, so the spell works as intended. How are you hiding or disguising it?
Well, it's the frost, right? So there's like a little bit of like frost trail coming out behind me, but really I'm propelling myself forward with a lot of gas. And I'm gonna get to a door and then just wait there for the other people.
Which one are you going to? There's one on each wall and one on the ceiling.
I am propelling myself up with the fart.
You propel yourself. You fart yourself up while shooting a ray of cold downwards. Absolutely, you make it there perfectly safe. What are the rest of you doing?
Oh my god, I cannot think of one right now.
Elvira just twirls in the air and she casts polymorph, and I'm using my wild to turn into a bat and flying upwards towards the door on the ceiling.
All right, give me another roll.
2.
Absolutely. You cast polymorph on yourself, turn into a bat, fly your way on up. So right now you and Dwayne are both hanging out near the ceiling door.
What's up?
Okay.
I'm just
So-
continuously farting myself up. I fall a little bit.
There's no gravity in this room.
Pop another
just-
bean.
There's no gravity. You're just floating there.
Okay, cool.
You're good. So there's 2 of you at the door near the ceiling, and then there are 4 doors around that nobody is doing anything with. All right. Who's next?
I'm going to take like a small bomb
Okay.
from my pouch, kind of ignite it right by my knee, like where your hand would normally fall, and just be like, fireball. And try to propel myself to the closer door.
Bro. That's one way of doing it.
I didn't ask how big the room is.
I'm going to point out that we do have something called Singe.
Well, yeah, but it won't do nearly the type of damage I needed to do, or at least get me as far as I need to go.
You're gonna fireball yourself. Amazing. Go ahead and give me a wild roll. So D6, try and get lower than what your wild stat is.
Well, thankfully my wild stat's at a 4, because that was a 4.
Okay. You cast fireball on yourself, propel yourself up towards the ceiling. So joining everybody else on the ceiling door.
Hey,
Okay.
welcome.
I roll to see if your fireball
Alchemy's
woke
still-
up the eye thing in the center of the room.
And she kind of pats down her clothes, get rid of any
Yeah,
smoke.
I'm like
embers.
helping, trying to get the fire to go out.
Your little wingies.
Yeah, just walking there.
Okay.
Mother always said, do whatever works.
Is it awake?
Amazing. you hear the thing in the center of the room. It is still asleep.
Thank God. Don't need
So
my
Alchemy,
raccoon
Told you
to
it would
be-
work.
You are singed and near the ceiling.
See, I did wind up casting Singe just on myself.
Rascal or Mr. Pendre?
I cast Yeet.
You propel yourself out of another raccoon.
Each raccoon throws another one.
Grab the
Holds
tail
on
of
to
the other one.
Amazing.
I love it.
You know what? That's amazing. You can roll with advantage. So basically roll 2d6, take the whichever one's better for you.
I love it.
Amazing.
Oh, shit.
That's another one.
Good. It works.
I'm like, this guy's really good.
It has been confirmed there is now a wizard spell called Yeet.
Oh shit. That's amazing.
Your voice echoing throughout the room. Wow, that's a new spell. I didn't know that one. Great job. Amazing. Okay, so there are 4 of you near the ceiling door with the little jingly bell on it. Mr. Pendre.
I'm going to use my my like suspenders slash corduroys and just sort of like undo the little strap that connects them, tie that together, and then kind of do my like, I always take a moment to like very carefully say the right incantation and like try and do a little hand movement. And I'm gonna try and cast like Thorn Whip on it to like elongate it and kind of throw it up to where all of my fellow wizard applyees are at to kind of help pull me up there.
Love it. Okay, go ahead, give me a wild roll.
And what's the thing I do? Because my suspenders are one of my wizard props.
Awesome. Okay, so you're using your costume. You can either add 1 point to your wizard stat or remove 1 point from your wild stat.
Ooh, okay. I think I'm gonna add one to wizard. 'Cause I would like to do well on the wild. Oh, perfect. I got a 4, so that's right where I'm at.
Perfect.
And then for concealing, I got a 4 as well, so I don't know if I conceal it that well.
You don't need to roll to conceal. You just have to tell me what you're doing to conceal it.
Oh, perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So how are you making this look like a wizard spell?
For
as you're
sure.
doing this?
I am taking out just from my pockets, like a little bit of the random like threads and the like that I have in there. Like, you know how your mom always has a little sewing kit on her? And I take this very fancy looking gold thread and kind of weave it around my suspenders, kind of drag them between my hands, close my eyes, and very just like for show and also for myself, hoping that this works, say the incantation before throwing it upward.
Amazing. Yeah, it works. You get it up there. Is someone catching it?
I catch it. I catch it.
Okay.
Listen,
I am not catching it just because that would cause a bunch of raccoons to tumble out of the cloak.
I will go to jail to make sure that she gets her license. Okay.
Dwayne, you're going to have to yank this thing up. That sounds like strength to me. So give me a wild check.
Shit. 6?
Oh,
Okay. So it might not be bad. Give me another roll to see what the consequences are.
3.
The spell works, but with a negative side effect. Add 1
Okay.
to wild. Do you want to
Okay.
describe the negative side effect?
Yes.
Go for
All
it.
right. Hang on. Add 1 to wild. So what happens is I catch it, like I'm like trying to be like real slick about it so that no one notices, and I give it a like little yank. But you know, it's elastic, right? So what happens is they come flying up and just a little bit too fast, and I like don't let go in time, and it snaps me and like gets me across the face, and I'm like, oh. And then they kind of like hit the door a little bit, and you hear a little Just very lightly. Very lightly.
All right.
So
Very
negative,
lightly.
right?
Yeah. See if it wakes. I'm rolling real low for this, the beholder in the center of this room. Okay, he's still sleeping.
Okay. Rascal takes a look at the bell and goes, "Oh, Shani, but I cast transmogrify on the bell.
What are you turning it into?
I'm turning it into something that doesn't tink."
That doesn't tink.
It's a fluffy cat toy.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's like fuzz. It turns it into fuzz.
A
Okay,
cotton ball.
so you're transmogrifying the bell to be fuzz. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll allow it. Give me a wizard roll.
Ooh, that's a 5.
Okay. So it might not work. Let's see what the consequences are.
That's a 3.
You unintentionally use wild magic and cast a wild spell of your choice. So you do manage to turn. So you try to turn this jingly ball into something fuzzy and try and cast a spell on it. The spell doesn't work, but in the process, a bunch of your raccoon fur comes flying off and coats the bell, making it fuzzy and making it so that it doesn't ding.
Oh, I'm sorry.
no.
I forgot to shave today.
Amazing.
Good to you, little man.
You have to add 1 to your wild, though. So your
Okay.
wild goes up by 1. And if anybody gets to 6 on either of their stats, let me know. Okay.
So open the
Awesome.
What
door.
happens with a wizard 6? Because like wild is not good.
If wizard 6 gets to 6, your wild magic threatens to explode, and you can't do any wizard spells until you succeeded on a wild roll. At which point your
Okay.
wizard resets to 2. Yeah. All right. Jingly Bell is covered in fur.
Open the door.
You open the door. It doesn't jingle because the bell is covered in fur.
Perfect. Usher everyone through and get away from the monster.
All right. You usher everyone through the door. Make it through the door. Perfectly fine. Everybody's going through, I assume.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's stay
Bright
with
I
the
lights.
almost set
monster.
myself on fire. Of course I'm going through.
I
Bright
just flap my
light.
little wings and fly in.
The door closes behind you. Bright light dies down, and you find yourselves in a Beauty and the Beast style library, is the best way I can put it.
I never want to leave.
Ooh.
It is
Nope.
It is rectangular in shape, about 45 feet long by 25 feet wide. There are bookshelves lining the wall filled with arcane tomes, reaching about 20 feet in the air. There are no ladders in this room. There are, however, 6 suits of armor in the room. The suits in each corner of the room wield loaded crossbows, and the 2 in the middle of the long walls stand opposite one another, wielding a massive greatsword. The books on the wall all have weird mystical symbols that you'd probably know if you were wizards, but there are also letters, like letters of the alphabet. There is a single table in the center of this room and no doors. On the table is written, "Knowledge is sufficient to open the path," with a small little shelf above it. The shelf is empty. What would you like to do?
I'm going to
So-
cast Hunch.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Give me a wizard roll.
That's a 2.
All right, and I'm assuming that's lower than your wizard stat.
Yes.
Okay. With a hunch, you get the feeling that you need to fill the bookshelf with books, using them to write something.
What I was thinking, I'm like, is it that easy? Write something.
The
That's
books
easy.
have names on them, or letters on them,
What letters?
letters of the alphabet. There are tons of books in here.
Are there multiples of the same?
It repeats. It's like A to Z, and then it repeats.
Guys, should we just like write door? Write what we want.
I do want to point out that the how do I put this? The alphabet is the first row of books are all A. The row above it is all B. So the highest row, all the way 20 feet up in the air, is Z.
Oh.
How far up is R?
R would be probably about 15 feet.
Would it be door or would it be wizard?
It might be
Wait.
knowledge.
Wait,
Yeah.
what was the clue again?
The clue was knowledge is sufficient to open the path.
Son of a bitch. That's a long. Well, that's probably it. That sounds like a dick move the DM would do.
So Rascal,
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Rascal casts polymorph, and then you see 4 little raccoons scurry out.
Okay.
Um,
You cast polymorph. Give me your wild roll.
that is a 4.
What's your wild stat?
4.
Okay.
Oh, the 20 just went up.
Perfect.
Success.
So, that is a success. You successfully polymorph yourself into four raccoons.
Raccoons.
What are these
Polymorph
raccoons doing?
myself into 4 raccoons. And you guys just see the little raccoons, because they're like adept at climbing things in the wild. They start like climbing the shelves and like trying to like knock books down.
Okay. The first time, so which book are you going for first?
Okay.
Okay. Your first raccoon climbs up to K, and as it goes to pull K out of the shelf, there is a boop, and the crossbow bolt from the bottom left side, from the knight holding the crossbow in the bottom left side, goes flying into the book and plinks right into it, pinning it into the wall.
You see which raccoon is this? I'm a roll a d4 to see which raccoon this is.
Okay.
That is so Bandit yells, "Son of a bitch!"
Muffin.
Wow, that is a very foul-mouthed raccoon that you've polymorphed yourself into.
And grabs for the crossbow bolt and starts like trying to yank it out.
Oh no.
One of the other knights crossbow bolts like sideways into that the book, pinning it even more in place.
I don't think knowledge is the answer.
Proxy, are you there?
Yes,
Proxy?
I am right here. What can I
I'm
do
s-
for you?
I'm so sorry. I should have talked to you sooner with us, being friends, and me seeing you earlier and my stuff with the ministry. But was the test supposed to punish us for doing the wrong thing, or just to make, the stakes harder? Because, it's very important that us wizards have the highest qualifications.
It is absolutely important that wizards are as qualified as possible. But remember, you should always assess and deal with any threats before trying to solve the problem in the room.
See a
Thank you,
tiny little
Proxy.
raccoon hand from the one that's on the shelf.
I think
Pascal, your
Dwayne.
raccoons are very rude.
The one that's actually in charge is Pandora, and she speaks up. I do apologize. And then you just hear, which roughly translates to, "Bandit, stop that!"
I mean, I've never known raccoons to be polite little creatures, but you know, I could be wrong.
I think I cast a spell. I'm gonna go walk up to one of those arbor with the crossbow, and I cast modify metal.
Okay.
And basically what I do is I just put my hands on it and go squish.
Give me a wild roll. As you're squishing the crossbow or the whole night.
Squishing the whole thing. I'm just like,
Go for it.
The 4. I'm a 4.
You squish it. It crumples up into a little ball that you are now holding in your hand. The crossbow dunks to the ground.
Can I cast Yeet?
You want to do another one? Go for it.
I'll wait. Does anyone else want to try? Otherwise, I can yeet the ball of metal at the other one.
I mean, you are the jock.
I cast Yeet. Hadouken.
You're throwing your
Yeah.
at one of the other crossbow ones.
Yeah, trying to like break the other one.
Wild roll.
4.
You cast yeet at.
I learned that spell just now.
Wow. Even in a test, you're still learning. That's impressive wizarding.
Yeah.
Yeah, you yeet it directly at one of the other knights, and it just crumbles into a pile of disused armor. There are 2 knights left in this room that have crossbows. Would anyone else like to do anything?
I'm going to go to one of the armors and cast Transmogrify on the crossbow.
Okay. Turning it into a slightly different material. What are you turning it into?
Rubber.
I was like, come on.
Okay. Give me a wizard roll.
Oh my god, that's a 2. I love this dice.
Amazing. That succeeds. You see that this crossbow is now a rubber crossbow with a rubber bolt on it. Amazing. There is one crossbow wielding knight left in the room. Elvira?
Yeah.
I think Elvira is just gonna just pick up her skirt and she's just gonna walk slowly over to the other knight and she's going to act like she's using a wizard spell charm, but she's gonna just slowly talk to the knight and drain its life force or the magic that's in it to make it collapse.
Amazing. Give me a wild roll.
1.
Perfect. You are absolutely successful in doing that. This knight, there's nothing in it. There's nobody in it, but you sense this magical entity that's animating it, and it sways as it looks into your eyes, and you pull this white light out of it and into you, and it just collapses into a pile. You have dealt with all of the crossbow wielding knights. There are 2 with great swords in the center of the long side of the room. But
Oh my god, there are more.
there were 6.
There are.
These guys have big swords that are just standing there. They haven't moved at all. And what are you doing?
Carpet on the floor.
There is carpet on the floor.
Are they standing on the carpet?
Yes, they're standing on the carpet.
I would like to cast what's that word called? You know when you do you do Jesus Christ, today I am not good. Okay. So I stomp really hard on the floor and I cast like thunder wave.
Okay.
But what I do is actually pull the carpet back with my foot.
Okay.
So that they fall over.
Give me a wild roll.
Please.
Thunderwave, one of my favorite spells in unlicensed magic.
That's a 6. Okay, that's bad. Let's see what the consequences all are. Roll again.
Is a 6.
Another 6.
Yeah.
The spell fails dramatically. Describe the outcome, add 1 to wild. So your wild goes up by 1. Do you want to describe the outcome or shall I?
Go for it.
All right. You go to cast Thunderwave and yank on this carpet at the same time, but the carpet is being weighed down by these massive metal suits of armor, as well as the table in the center of the room. You go to pull it, and you just go flying backwards into one of the bookshelves, knock a whole bunch of books down on top of you.
Hey guys, I got the books.
Not some in a pile, definitely. There's like probably about 6 books there. Let's see. There is a B, a D, an R, a Q, a T, and a V.
I
I'm
got
gonna
the
write those
D.
down.
No, wait. I got the D.
Crazy.
Dudes want to
Hey,
You guys, you just hear Bandit. So did you, Mom?
I like that rat. I like that rat.
All right. 4 of the 4 crossbow wielding knights are down. There are 2 with great swords. You still have to figure out how to make a door in this room.
It can't be as easy as like stacking books into a door. There's no way.
But I
I
think
mean,
we need to spell something out on the shelf. Would I be able to cast Hunch, but specifically sort of get an idea of how many books we need to put on the shelf, like the amount of letters we need?
Absolutely. Go ahead, give me a wizard. So you like walk up to the shelf, put your hands on it. Go ahead, roll your wizard dice.
A 2. It's a success.
That is a success. You need. I'm just counting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hang on. Sorry. 9. That is 9 letters.
so it is knowledge.
I think it
Yep.
is. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, how do we spell? We all just sat there. Like,
How do you spell
no.
knowledge? That's okay. I did the same thing when you asked. I'm sitting here counting it on my computer screen.
Yes, child.
Hmm?
My familiar, well, one of them has decided to
Oh.
Kitty.
say hi, Ezri. Don't give me that look.
Oh.
Mine is
Ugh.
sleeping on my feet.
I'm gonna put one is still hidden there. I'm gonna put the D on the shelf.
Okay. You replace the D. Oh, you put the D on the bookshelf.
Yeah,
All right. You put the D on the bookshelf.
that was all. That's the only one that we can
Yeah.
use from all the ones that just fell on me, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And the knight doesn't react to us putting that down.
Knight does not react to you putting the D.
Okay. If someone wants to try for some of the other letters, I should be able to cast a spell that protects you and the area that you're in. At least I can try it. Shield.
I have a question. How far away is the closest knight with a greatsword from the raccoon on the shelf? Because I have the high ground.
From the raccoon on the shelf.
Anakin, have the high ground.
Are you asking if you're within leapable distance of?
Yes.
You are within leapable distance of the knight. He is too far to hit you with a greatsword where you are, but you are definitely within leapable distance of one of the knights.
Okay. So the raccoons are gonna tag team this thing. You
Okay.
just hear and like, so some of them like start trying to scurry up the legs of the night, and then Bandit just leaps for the head to pull the helmet off.
Okay. Amazing.
And you hear Pandora go, teamwork!
Oh shit.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That sounds like a wild spell to me. So why don't you give me a wild roll, and then you can tell me how you're disguising that.
Is it really a spell if
It's a
they're
spell.
already polymorph?
Yeah, they're already
Yes.
polymorphed.
I won't make you have to hide it, but you do have to roll.
Let's see, that is a 3, and that is below my wild.
All right, you're good. You just Rascal, the beings that comprise Rascal just descend on this knight and tear it apart, flinging little bits of metal everywhere in a puff of like, I'm imagining like a full Looney Tunes style cloud of just debris and white smoke, just with parts flying out.
Fear the trash pandas.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, this has to be my favorite character I've ever played.
Amazing.
Get me wrong,
This
I've
is
done
my
some-
favorite character I've ever seen played. Are you kidding me?
Oh, amazing.
I've played some crazy shit, but this has got to be my favorite just because the raccoons.
Polymorph. I yeet myself. Amazing.
I cast
yeet.
There is one night left. There is a D on the shelf. What would you like to do?
You know what? I'm just going to cast slime on in front of the knight so that if it moves, it can just slip on it.
Okay, amazing. Give me a wizard roll.
That's a 3.
Okay, you shoot out a little ball of goop just at the foot of the knight, like right where its feet are, making the floor pretty slippery.
I bait it.
You're baiting the
Come at-
knight. What are you
Come at me,
doing?
bro. Come at me, bro.
It
Nothing.
doesn't respond.
Somebody get a book.
I cast I just walk over to the bookshelf and I cast Find Familiar, and Frankie just scurries behind me and starts climbing up where I'm pointing to the E book for him to grab the book with his teeth and bring it down to me.
Okay, give me a wild roll.
I got a 3.
What's your wild at? It's 3.
3.
Perfect. All good. Yeah. Climbs up, grabs a book. As it does, Knight doesn't seem to react. It comes
I
down and
grab the
brings you a
book
book.
and take it over to the shelf and put it on the shelf.
Put the E on the shelf in the E spot. You guys are trying to spell knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Knight lets you put the book on the shelf. It's all good.
All right. Can we just start grabbing books?
Sounds good to me.
You can start grabbing books. There are a few that you're going to need to do some rolls for. So you'll have to tell me how you're getting the N, the O, the W. The rest are all within grabbing reach. So
You guys
you basically
just
have to tell me
Bandit.
how to get 3 books.
You hear Bandit go, "Tell me!"
Yeet!
Dwayne, give me a wild roll. As you
I
yeet Bandit.
throwing is now a wild roll.
You
I'm
toss it.
really good at yeet.
Amazing. All right. You get, I'll say that you can get N and O at the same time. They're right next to each other. And then you've got W to deal with. Any plans for
Oh,
W?
shit.
Bandit starts climbing up the bookshelf to the W.
Okay. Last wild roll. See if Procky notices it.
That's a 4, and that's right at my wild.
Brocky doesn't notice anything.
This is totally normal for raccoons.
Makes sense. Yeah. They cast polymorph earlier. It's fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Mhm.
Seems legit,
Okay.
bro.
You make it up to the W, climb back down with the book. You guys are putting knowledge on the shelf.
Yes.
As-
I
Somebody
think
has to somebody has to
distract-
readjust my spelling.
Yeah, I think to distract Proxy too, Elizabeth has just been like trying to sneak any more information about this last night out of them. Like just like, like what's it doing? Why isn't it moving? Like she's just been kind of talking the little ball of light's ear off.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Pendray, you see, some of the nights are designed to stop you from getting the books altogether, but some of them only punish you if you get the wrong book and try and put it on the shelf.
It's
I
very good
punch it
then.
just in case.
With my experience in the test before, of course, I knew, it's always good to be informed and use your hunches, use your wizarding to make sure that you know exactly what you need to do.
Absolutely. Knowledge is, of course, the purpose of this test, and you have all displayed it excellently.
Oh, thank you, Proxy.
And probably at that point, you guys have finished spelling knowledge on the shelf. And once you do, the desk itself kind of like floats up into the air, and the legs of the desk make the walls of the door. And there is another door right there.
You see Bandit just like leap from the bookshelf, and you see the raccoons huddle in the cloak, and they're standing on top of one another again, and they've got the hat on, since it's a cloak and a hat, pointy hat, and then the spectacles in front of the beady little raccoon eyes.
Smooth.
Amazing.
Could be
Love it.
definitely
Amazing.
a wizard.
I will allow you, so
Tagline, roll
you're
credits.
utilizing your wizard prop. I will allow you to either add 1 point to wizard or remove 1 point from wild, if you would like.
I'm gonna add one to wizard so that my wizarding rolls are better.
Makes sense. All right. Are you all heading through the door?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. You pass through the door, the light into this bright white light-filled room. The light flares up and you hear, "Congratulations, you have made it halfway through the wizarding test. Only 2 rooms left to go. Good luck. These are the hard ones."
Shit.
And the light fades. You find yourself in a very large warehouse with a bunch, probably like 30 or 40 5-by-5 foot crates just scattered all around the room. Some are up on shelves, some are lower. Second you enter the room, there is a crack of loud noise and fire erupts on each of the 4 corners of the room, and a 15-foot long burning beam falls in front of the only entrance or exit door out of this warehouse. What do?
I think we should all cast Frost Snip. Yes, I think that would be good. That will probably put out the fire.
Yeah, let's like 5 feet apart from each other. Just frostnip. Teamwork.
Yeah.
Let's do
A
it.
cone of cold, if you will.
Okay. Who's casting? So there's 1 in each. I guess there's 5 of you. You can do 1 in each corner and 1 at the beam.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody give me a wizard roll.
Please don't screw me. E1.
3.
Succeed.
I have a 4.
Is that lower than your wizard?
No, I'm a
Okay, so
3.
you fail. Deal with that in a second.
I got a 2.
2 passes. Arthur
This dice
Pendray,
likes me.
you're good?
Yep. Yep, you passed.
Okay. So we're going to say the 4 corners are the ones that go out. The burning beam in front of the door is still burning, and in fact burns a little bit brighter. Why don't you give me a D6 roll to see what the consequences of you failing is?
2.
Nothing happens. You try and cast this beam of cold energy. Nothing comes out.
You
And
know,
you see it.
there's nothing wrong with not being able to get it up. I think they make a little blue pill for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Together? You know, like, I don't know, Wonder Twin Power guys or like Care Bear Stare? Everyone?
Sure, let's do that.
If anyone is actually paying close enough attention, you actually, when Frostnip is being cast, you see like 8 little raccoon hands coming out of the cloak.
And the little I love it so much.
I really do.
Just before I forget, everyone who succeeded on that roll, add 1 to your wizard stat.
Yay!
Is that a good thing? No, that's a bad thing.
I'm at 6 for wizard.
It's a good and bad
All
thing.
right. If you are at 6, that means that you cannot cast a wizard spell until you have succeeded on a wild roll.
Okay.
At which point your wizard stat will reset to 2.
Okay, for sure.
So it's the plan. The fire's starting to spread from this beam at the front of this warehouse.
So can we do the frost nip on it again? Or do you want a new solution?
You can try frost.
Transmogrify!
Turn
Turn the fire into water.
I don't think fire counts as a material. And water and fire are not slightly different.
Okay, then I turn the beam into water.
I mean,
wood and water, they both start with a W. I'm gonna no.
Wait, I got it. Wood into a rock. Rocks can't catch fire.
I'll allow it. Give me a wizard roll.
Oh my god, thank you for increasing my wizard stat to 4, because that was a 4.
Spell works as you intended. Add 1 to your wizard, so your wizard is now 5. And you see that this 15-foot long wooden burning beam turns into a 15-foot long boulder that is now sitting in front of the only exit from this room. And as you put out the fire in the room, basically, you see just above the rock a little burning ember floats up and like puffs into the form of a person that's about a foot tall, wreathed in flames, just looks at you and goes, "Well, you guys are no fun at all. I'm supposed to guard the door, burn the warehouse, eat all the wood. You guys just made it no fun. Fine, I'm just gonna stay here and not move."
Can I cast Frost Snip at him?
Don't be mean.
You can try.
Hey, little Ember.
Yes. My name. Hey, how did you know my name?
A few locations for Lambert near you.
Thank you, Google. Stop.
You were looking for a Lambert?
Oh
Just
shit.
guess based on the like everything around us. Does the door open in or out?
In. Wait, no, you're not supposed to pass. It doesn't open because I'm in the way.
Well, clearly you're not in the way anymore. So I'm trying to
I'm
be
standing
nice.
right in front of it.
Look, do you want me to let them use Frostnip on you? Because I can.
No, but this is my job. I get paid and I get to eat all the wood. Look at all the wood in here.
And
I
you
pull
did
out some raw
You did a
beans
phenomenal job. You did a phenomenal job.
and I offer them to him.
Beans.
I'm like, "Are you hungry?" And I like pull out some like beans and granola and whatever for my snack.
Those don't burn very well.
I mean, you can
Granola
still eat
does.
the wood in the warehouse. You just can't get in our way to get out.
Burns.
But
I
you
offer
were
him
more than welcome
sugar.
to start eating the wood again after we're out of here. We're not going to stop you from doing that. You know,
It looks up as if towards the sky. Procky says I'm supposed to stop you, but I guess door's locked and there's a big rock in the way now. So, good luck. And it floats over to Dwayne and is like, granola.
Give him all the granola I have. Yeah, it's good,
It
right?
immediately lights up. There's just a burning pile of granola.
I cast
Hey.
slime on the rock, like around the rock on one side to make like a little long trail.
you make
Okay.
a snail trail.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a snail trail so that I can push it.
It's a goop, like slime. I'm pretty sure slime is like a little ball of goop. So you can make about that much. Give me, if you want to, you can. Give me a wizard roll. There's still a 15-foot long beam, like easily.
This is why
Now
I
made of
wanted to
rock.
turn into water.
All right. I got this. This is just like my Sunday morning weights.
Then go try to lift it.
Yeah.
All right.
I make it as light as a feather. Stiff as a board, light as a feather. Stiff as a board. Sorry.
So you just walk up chanting that.
Light as a feather, stiff as a board. And
Oh my God, where's that from?
Craft.
Yes.
The craft.
And I
Give me a wild roll.
son of a bitch. Come on. 3.
Is that below your thing?
Yes.
Okay. You good? You walk up to the giant beam and just heave with all your might, your muscles bulging like basically you're wearing a wizard robe, right? It's like pulling at the
it
buttons
rips
at
a
the
little.
seams.
You see a vein bulging in my neck. Light as a feather, stiff as a board.
What are you doing with
He's
this
gonna
giant?
He's gonna get a hernia.
Yeah. I'm like, everybody pass. Everybody pass.
What
Go
are you doing
through.
with the
I'm
giant? So
holding
you're just
it till
holding
they
it
go
up while
through.
everybody
Yeah.
okay?
Everybody through.
We all go through, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
When they're all on
to
the other
door.
side,
Who's
I
going
drop.
first? This is right in front of the door. Like it was
I'll
like
go
basically
first.
touching the door.
Yeah,
We
okay,
go
I'm
towards
holding
the
it.
door.
You go to open the door and it's locked, and Ember pops
Well-
up out of that little pile of oat and goes, "Told you it was locked."
As we know, raccoons are natural rogues.
Yes. Yes. Use your little finger.
So Rascal goes, I cast lockpick.
Give me a wild roll.
Just aloha Mora.
So that happens.
Wrong country.
Yes.
Yes.
Amazing. You cast lockpick. The door opens.
You hear tiny little raccoon fingernails scraping on the lock on the inside.
We're slowly starting to go down with this, large log just going down. Oh, you hear a fart. Everybody through, please.
What? You still have beans in you from the other room?
Light as a feather.
I mean, wait, throw it away from us.
What?
You didn't have to hold it the entire time. You could have done that earlier.
didn't think about that. All right. I got it up.
See, I told you they make a little blue pill for that.
I think they actually sell it for like 2 copper at my parents' apothecary.
Oh shit.
So the rascal opens the door and walks through.
Walk on through into a room of light,
Follow.
and
Go into.
the rest of you follow behind. The light fades, and you find yourselves in a cavern, like a cave. Underground, there are 3
Hi, baby.
tunnels. There she is. There are 3 tunnels leading off from the cave. So you're in the center. There's one basically in like a triangular circle all around you.
What? What is a triangle?
Like an equilateral triangle. Happy?
It's better.
At least it's a logical term. Makes sense.
All these squares make a circle. All these
All these
squares make a
squares make a
circle.
circle.
All these squares make a circle. Mr. Popo. All these
Oh my
squares
God.
make a circle.
I need you to tell me I can leave the lookout if I want to.
Leave the lookout if you want to.
Bitch, don't tell me what to do.
So, 3 tunnels. One is covered with a wall of vines. The next is covered with a large spider web.
Nope.
And the third has a single skeleton pacing kind of lazily back and forth. What would you like to do? Each tunnel, the tunnels are arranged in a triangle too. Each tunnel is about 20 feet away from you.
Can I cast Hunch and try to figure out which direction we should go in?
Go ahead, give me a wizard roll.
It's not the spider direction.
2.
Please, for the love of God, don't let it be the spider direction.
That's
Wait.
a pass for you.
Yes.
You get the feeling that the correct way to go is, believe it or not, all of them. That you will need to go down each of these paths in order to complete this challenge.
Like simultaneously, all together.
It's only a hunch.
I think that Elizabeth, as well as I assume Dwayne, have like gone to whichever entrance is the furthest away from the spider one, and it's just like kind of like
You guys,
over there.
contrary to you, you see Rascal kind of like doing this with their little paws and like licking their lips. You're like,
You go.
"Mm,
You go.
nice."
I would like to talk them up so that they can take the spider.
Okay.
Because raccoons are omnivores and eat spiders.
Yes.
Also, question: how dark is it in here?
There are little torches lighting up the room. You can see well enough.
Okay, because I was
Yeah.
going to say, if it's dark enough, you guys will in fact see that the cloak is glow in the dark on the stars.
Okay,
Same,
now I want to
bro.
make it dark.
We're gonna save shit
But it's
up.
not dark.
There are candles. There are torches
Okay.
you can see.
Is
So-
it dim enough that it's still like lightly glow in
There
the
are
dark?
parts of shadow that you can definitely step into and see the glowing stars on your cloak. So Dwayne and Mrs. Pendray, you said you guys are moving somewhere?
Whichever entrance is furthest from the spider one. Like ours.
Yeah, they're both equal distance. It's like a equilateral triangle. If that
Okay.
makes sense.
Let's take the skeleton.
As you start walking towards the skeleton, you find that for every about 5 or so feet that you move towards the skeleton. So you walk 5 feet forward, and suddenly the room looks a lot bigger as you shrink a foot.
No, stop. No moving forward.
So Dwayne stops. What is Elizabeth doing?
Oh goodness. I think once she sees Dwayne stop, she kind of like bumps into you and is like, whoa.
Just stop them. Like,
Mom arm, yeah.
I think we should all go together down each tunnel.
Okay.
So does that mean y'all go down the spider one?
Just remember that when
No.
we have to go down the spider tunnel.
I can't tell. Oh, fuck. I don't know if it's all at once or all just like.
I have a plan for the spider tunnel.
All right. What if we split up and all take one, or at least, yeah.
I don't know. It's always wise to not split the party, especially in a test like this. So maybe we should actually all go together.
I hate spiders.
Okay, you can hate spiders all you want. I'll go first on that one.
Okay, fair, but can you come this way because I'm already small?
Yes?
Oh God, now I'm trying to think of how big these raccoons will actually be. By
That's
the
what
end
I
of
wanted
this
to
area.
ask. Yeah. How big are your raccoons?
Hey Google, what's the average size of a raccoon?
4 feet?
A raccoon that is at shoulder is between 23 and 30 centimeters tall, and his head to hindquarters is between 40 and 70 centimeters long. A raccoon that is adult weighs between 3.5
That doesn't
and
tell
9
me.
kilograms.
I don't know centimeters.
Oh, a little
to
over a
inches.
foot tall.
About 2
to-
feet. Let's assume 2
Okay.
feet.
So,
So they're going to get
No.
small.
They gonna
Come
be
here.
cute.
Okay.
The boobies.
kittens.
So what you
Kitten
doing?
size.
All walk towards one area.
Which area? So you guys are walking back towards like the center little like platform that you all started on? Or are
Yeah.
you-
If
I'm asking.
yes, we will all go together.
Okay. You walk the 5 feet back to the platform. You don't shrink.
Do we
But
go
do
back?
they get back to their normal size?
You do not.
Oh,
I'm really mad right now.
So you guys just see Rascal go, okay, I cast shield.
Okay.
Don't eat wires.
But they're
And
numbers.
they're going to cast it around the group.
Okay. Are you casting the wizard spell shield? Because I think that's small
Yes.
enough for one person. I don't think
Okay,
that's big
then
enough for everybody.
they're going to cast it around themselves then.
It's not
Oh,
for
wait,
everybody.
there's 4 raccoons. What if they're each individually casting shield?
I like these shenanigans.
I will allow it, but you have to roll your wizard 4 times because you're casting 4
Okay.
spells.
That's fine. I've got multiple d6. Where's all the fireball dice? That's 3. That's 4.
Woman, you are on my last nerve. Stop it. I don't want your kisses. I don't want them.
but they're
Here
kitty
come Kidder.
kisses.
I'm
That is
super allergic
interesting
to
that
kitty
it
kisses.
happened that way. That's a 1, 2, 3, and a 4, and they all pass.
All right. You cast shield on your 4 party members. I'll allow you to do it
Ow.
on yourself as well. I'm assuming your wizard stat is maxed now because it goes up by 1 per spell cast.
Yes.
So yeah, so your wizard is now at 6. You cannot cast a wizard spell until you succeed on a wild. Awesome.
That's
Everybody's
fine because I plan to do a wild for the spider area.
Everyone has a kind of weak force field around them
Ow.
that will shatter after one hit. What's the plan?
Let's hold hands and go down the spider web.
So you're going to go towards the spider web?
Yep.
Okay. Dwayne, how tall were you when you started?
I
probably
was
the-
like 6'5".
Okay, so you were probably, I'm assuming you're the tallest of the group. So I'm gonna use you
Yeah.
as like our max height. Okay. Cool.
I
You head
don't
towards the
want to-
spider web. You walk, the spider web is about 20 feet away. You walk forward, and for each 5 feet you walk towards the spider web, you shrink a foot. So you walk 5 feet, you shrink to a maximum height of 6 inches. So your raccoons are about probably half that. So 20 feet to get to the spider web would be 4 feet of shrinking. So
Well,
Include-
if they are 2 feet each, and the entire thing, because there's 4 raccoons,
okay.
so
So you were
that-
8 feet tall.
I was 8 feet tall.
Alchemy's gonna turn over to Rascal and just be like, so what was your plan with the spiders?
I will allow it. So you are now, hang on, let me just click in my head, 8 feet, you've shrunk 4 feet. So you are now 4 feet. So each of your raccoons is a foot tall, is how we'll work it out. Dwayne, you are a foot and a half.
I hate
Everyone else
my
is
life.
probably around a foot tall as you approach the spider web.
Can
What's the
I
plan?
test something as we're sort of walking forward? When I notice we shrink again, because I've felt that before, can I just like without using any magic, just like physics, I guess, can I like try and jump as far as I can forward and see if, because I'm not like on the ground and walking on the ground, if I change, like if the, basically I'm trying to test if not walking on the surface causes me to retain my height.
So you jump forward. You jump forward a little bit. So you're like, we want to jump that 5 feet and see if
Yeah.
you don't shrink. Interesting. You don't shrink.
Okay.
I cast yeet on everyone.
Sorry, people.
Can I try with my wild magic thing? Because I need one. You know the scene in Howl's Moving Castle where they start to like dance, float up in the air to cast levitate?
I do not, but I'm okay with it.
Okay, can I try and do that for everyone?
So you want to cast a mass levitate on everyone
Yeah.
using your wild magic. Okay. I'm
Can
gonna
I
say
encourage them?
you
I
can.
want to give them bardic inspiration by being like, "Hey man, you got this."
I will allow it. I would like you to pass your wild roll twice, and I'll let you do the first one with advantage because of Dwayne cheering you on.
Okay.
Just because you're casting it basically for 5 people.
Okay, first one is a 1.
That
And
passes.
that wine.
One time
Please
having a nat
roll
one is
low.
Come on.
And the second one was a 3, which is what my wild's been at.
Amazing. Everybody
and so we're now floating.
floats up in the air. You're still tiny. Like you're still about a foot to a foot and a half tall. But you're floating now. Levitating in the
Try
air.
and get us away from the weird floor magic.
Smart.
Okay, so now we go down one of the tunnels.
Spider web in front of you. Like you said, you walk towards the spider web, so you're like maybe 3 feet away from the spider web. Behind you, there is a skeleton pacing back and forth, and the vines covering the other tunnel.
Can I cast acid at the spider web to try and get it to go away?
Absolutely. Give me a wizard roll.
Splash some vinegar on it.
Oh yeah, it's just vinegar.
It's like vinegar.
vinegar or lemon juice.
Look.
One.
Spider webs, if liquid gets on them, they often break. So
It's true. How did you do?
One.
One is a pass. All right. You splash some vinegar. Stop kicking me. You splash some vinegar on this spider web and it flops down to the ground. A nice big, being annoying. A nice big tarantula kind of falls on the floor beside it. It looks at you. You're still bigger than it is. So it scuttles away into a corner. It's a good thing you didn't try this when you were smaller.
Ick.
Path ahead of you is clear.
As it scuttles away, I throw a cherry bomb at it. Get harm.
Go ahead. Are you actually doing that?
No.
Okay.
No. It's okay. It left us. Let's just go.
yeah, if it's gonna leave us alone, my plan doesn't have to happen.
Scuttled off in the direction of the skeleton.
Oh
no.
I guess we have to go to the skeleton now.
Are you?
Or is
There-
there
I
a
thought
door
we just
behind the
finished
spider
going
Is there a
through
web?
the tunnel.
There is a tunnel.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go
let's
down
go
the
down
tunnel.
the fucking
Let's
tunnel.
go down
Okay.
the tunnel.
You head down the tunnel. It's not terribly long. It's about 15, 20 feet deep. Kind of like heads in, goes around a corner. As it goes around the corner, you see sitting on a little pedestal about 3 feet high is a little vial about yay big with a potion in it that looks like it's got a little dropper on it. It's got literally one drop of this potion in this vial. The pedestal's about 3 feet up. You guys are
Yeah,
a
but
foot
we're all
to a foot and a half.
levitating, so we can.
Oh, that's
Hey,
true. You're
I'm
levitating.
4 feet tall.
And you're 4 feet tall. That's true too. Okay. You can grab this little vial.
I grabbed the vial.
Okay. Nothing
You know
happens.
what?
You have a vial with one drop of some purple potion in it.
I have a feeling
So-
that there's other stuff we have to get.
I open the vial and I sniff and say, I cast detect. And it's
I
just
cast identify.
I was going to do that. It's
It
not
was
like I'm
just-
an alchemist or anything. I'm totally a
Because-
wizard.
because
Definitely.
little sensitive raccoon knows.
Okay. Give me wild.
That is a 3.
And does that
Yes.
pass for you? Okay.
It does. It does.
You cast identify. You detect that this is a purple potion of growth. A single drop of this potion will cause a person to revert to their previous size.
Okay.
But only
so
one.
There's one drop.
There's one drop for this. So I think because Dwayne is the big himbo strongman, we should probably let him have it.
I mean,
Yeah,
how
I
about
think
we-
so
Anyone
too.
disagree?
Why
Didn't
don't we hold off to see if there's a way to increase the amount?
It's true.
oh, I know I didn't want to say anything. Alchemy, your wizarding, it's very good. I feel like you know a lot of spells that go along with the components of a potion of your interest.
Alchemy's gonna kind of look through her, look through her pouch. Do I have a potion of growth?
You could maybe replicate.
Wayne grabs some
Intimate
jerky from his pouch.
You do not have a potion of growth, but you might have the materials to extend this little drop that you have to be enough for 5 people, 6 people.
Plus the 4 raccoons. Do they count as one person or like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so one raccoon consuming it, all of them get it.
Okay,
cool. It's what is
They're
it?
magically
Osmosis?
bound.
It's magical osmosis.
All right, so Wait a minute. I am going to cast plant growth, which is really just me taking out the components out of the pouch and making what I need to extend the potion.
Okay.
And that is,
Wild roll.
oh, that's a 2 for wild.
And that passes, I'm assuming.
Yes, it does.
Awesome. You guys are rolling so good.
I am so happy.
All right. You have basically replicated this. So you've taken the 1 drop that was in there and you've now turned it into 6 drops of this growth potion.
Should we
right.
wait until we're out of here, though? I don't know how long I can keep up this magic. And on top of that, we might just shrink again.
Let's get back to at least the
center.
The
Yeah,
beginning.
definitely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I definitely agree there. I think it's a good idea to wait.
I breaststroke back there. Just like
Fly through the air,
Yeah.
head back to the center.
You guys just see the rascals like shimmying,
yeah.
walking through
This
the
dog paddling.
You're heading back to the center platform.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Beautiful. You get back to the center platform. I'm going to say, Mrs. Pendre, your spell is probably going to wear off. If you would like to try and cast it again, you're welcome to, but you'll have to do another wild roll. Up to you.
Okay. Do I get us enough like back to the center then?
Yes, you're back to the center.
Okay, I think I'm gonna like hold off for a little bit just to see like if it was just that door, or now that we kind of have the solution, it doesn't matter if we're tiny again.
How
Okay.
tiny are we gonna
Well,
get?
if we get tiny again, just think about the fact that exponentially tinier.
Yeah.
Can I try and cast a spell on all of us?
What spell are you casting?
Spider climb.
How are you casting Spider Climb?
I bippity boppity boo, and I take out granola from my bag and I throw it on everyone.
Mhm. What I mean is, Spider Climb's not a spell that you know. You know these 9 spells, and you're strong.
I cast quote unquote slime, and it
Okay.
make it sticky.
So you want to do that for
I want-
everybody.
Yeah, I want to make sticky slime.
Cool. I'm going to need 4 wizard
Ew.
rolls, 5 wizard rolls to make
I'm gonna-
sticky slime for everybody to stick to the walls.
All right, so 2 pass,
Okay.
1 fails, and another passes and another fails.
1 passes,
Did I
2
do too
fail.
many?
You need to do 5.
Yeah,
So 1 pass, 2
3,
fail,
4, 5. Yeah, 2 fail.
2 fail. Cool. Give me 2 consequences rolls.
1 and 2.
Okay, those do not happen. So 3 of you, I'll let you decide which 3 it works on. 3 of you have sticky goop on your hands.
That makes them stick to the ceilings and stuff. It happens on Elvira, Rascal, and Mr. Pendry,
Okay.
and then I yeet them to the ceiling.
Okay.
Bam!
Absolutely. I am going to say yeeting them is a wild spell. You're using your strength to throw human beings.
Okay, wait, so I think I'm at 6 then for my wizard now.
Your wizard is at 6. Yes.
Which means I have to succeed on the wild, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It might be best if Rascal is the one that's yeeted because they are likely the one that is lightest.
Yeah,
Just
I'm going
by
to say you
nature.
only have to yeet 2 of them. Rascal is
Okay.
easy to eat.
So both of them pass.
Both of them pass?
Yeah.
Okay.
By nature of being raccoons, I don't weigh a lot.
This is true.
Especially since depending on how this shrinkage spell works, I probably also lost weight.
Yeah.
This is true. So Elvira, Rascal, and Pendre are sticking to the ceiling.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
That's the best I got.
All right. What's the plan?
Wait, now that I succeeded on a wild thing, do I go back?
You
My
go
thing goes
back to two wizard. Yeah.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I just start, like, I guess, crawling to the tunnel with the vines.
Okay.
Yeah, I start crawling towards it as well.
We could like wait here.
You could. You crawl over to the
Sorry.
tunnel with the vines, and you see that the vines are probably about probably about a foot deep and tightly woven. There are little gaps, probably about 2 to 3 inches big, in between the interwoven vines.
My time has come.
But the vines themselves, you are about a foot, a little more than a foot big. You're not going to be able to fit through these gaps. You'd have to do something with these vines.
I cast flatten on myself. Raccoon.
Raccoons are liquid. It's known.
Raccoon heads on over and casts flatten on herself to fit through these little gaps.
Yep.
Give me a wild.
That's a 3. That passes.
That passes. You
Which
flatten
means
down.
My wizard gets reset to 2.
Beautiful. You flatten down, squeak through one of these holes, like wiggle your way through in your cloak. You make it to the other side, and you see just behind the wall of vines, obscured by them, is a door, like a normal sized door, just inlaid in the cavern wall.
You guys just hear from the other side, hey, there's a door over here. Give me a minute. And then I cast Chompy Chomps.
Cast what?
He's got chompy chomps.
And the raccoons
you're trying to eat the
biting through the
vines?
vine.
Okay. There's a lot of vines. It's going to take you a while.
There are 4 raccoons.
They're this big each. It's enough vines to block full-size people. It's going to take you a while.
Look,
But
they're
go ahead,
not
give me a roll.
full-sized right now. I don't have to.
None
do
of
the
us have
full
been.
amount.
Yeah.
None of us are
None of
normal
us have taken
sizes.
that potion
That is true.
yet.
Go ahead, give me a roll.
That's a 2.
Okay. You start munching your way on through
Chompy
the vines.
I love you.
What are the rest of you doing?
I
Elvira,
cast
just
go.
fog
We should go and be
and
like
just
tiny.
I just cast fog and just turn into like the mist and go
I mean,
through.
I was
Amazing.
going to cast Singe so I could try and light the vines on fire.
Elvira,
But
give me
now
a
I'm
wild
slightly
roll.
worried.
You just
I
hear
got
through
a
the
4,
vines, "Don't
and that
do
is where I'm
anything
at on
stupid."
wild.
All right. Elvira, you turn yourself into fog and drift on through the vines, making it to the other side safely.
I'm gonna run towards the thing and just be tiny when I get there. We can do this. It's fine.
I was
You-
gonna try and like, if you guys don't want to be tiny, I thought that I could like take my sticky hands and like kind of smear it onto my feet, so I'm like standing upside down on the ceiling, and then use my little suspenders again, having seen what they did last time with the elastic, like throw them down to you guys, and then almost like if I'm like the axis, like swing you
Pendulum.
guys.
Spider-Man,
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes.
You could do that.
Go for it.
Okay. And that's my suspenders again.
So you can.
Wait a minute. Elizabeth, do you have a mending kit, right?
Yeah, I guess I do now. I've said that I do.
Do,
I'm a
do
mom.
you have scissors in your mending kit? Or a seam ripper.
Do I?
Would
Sure.
Elizabeth have brought scissors
I think
with her?
so, because I mean, like, it's for like fixing her kid. She's got 3 kids, and like,
Then yeah, you absolutely do.
okay,
They're about this big right now, though.
okay, for sure.
One scissor
Can
by
I-
itself is still a knife.
Okay, instead of
Enough to shank someone.
There are holes, right, to get through these. If I'm
Vines?
really
Yeah.
tiny.
If you're really tiny, you should be able to squeak through the vines. Yeah,
Charge! I
Okay.
run there.
you just run right through. Okay, you make it to the vines, and you can wiggle your way through.
I got this.
You're about 5 or 6 inches tall now. Like, that's
It's
you.
okay, we
Okay. So on the other side of the vines, we have Rascal, Elvira, Dwayne. You're annoying.
We have Rascal, Elvira, Dwayne, you're annoying.
Does alchemy want like a little Spider-Man lift then, or do you want to just run at it?
I mean, I'm probably smaller than Dwayne right now, so honestly, it's probably better that I just go through it.
Okay, for sure.
Okay. You run over to the vines, and you are, by the time you get there, about 5 inches tall.
This game is pure chaos and I love it.
Absolutely.
Wiggle your way through the vines.
So we're all through?
Elizabeth is still on the ceiling.
Yes.
I
guess.
I think by this point, Rascal has probably chewed through the vines enough that Elizabeth can probably get through.
Yeah, and without having to shrink down anymore. So if
Yeah,
you want to stay at
sure.
a little more than a foot, like a foot and 2 inches tall.
We are a
For
party
sure.
of hobbits.
Okay. You're annoying. Oh my gosh. Like, okay. You make your way to the vines. Awesome. There is like a foot-sized hole cut through the vines. Chomped through the vines, I should say.
For sure. We'll
Make
go
your way to
right
the-
through then. Yeah.
make your way to
see
the
what
other
this
side.
door is about. Mhm.
There is a door. The handle is probably, how high is the door handle? About 3.5, 4 feet.
Well, I
Yeah,
pass
sounds
out
right.
the growth potions to everybody, and
Wait, we didn't go down the last. Please don't let there be anything on the. Oh, there's something
Look,
down
I
there.
can still open the door without us having to take the potion right now.
Yeah, let's go ahead and open the door first before we take the
Yeah.
potion.
Yes.
Rascal opens the door.
You go to turn the doorknob, and the door vibrates a little bit and pushes you backward and says, "Key not found."
rude.
Okay, so we went in the wrong order.
Akio key? I would like to Akio the key.
You
What country
say
do you think we're
Akio key, and you hear Procky just say, "Hi, you've tried to use a spell that is copyrighted by someone not me. Unfortunately, you can't use that spell. Try a different one."
I cast magnetism on myself and hope that it's made of metal.
Is that a spell that Dwayne would know?
You know what? I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't want to be small anymore.
Can I try kind of going up to the door and like sitting outside of it and just I'm gonna start talking to it like one of my kids is on the other side and they're not opening the door for me. Like I'm I'm your mom and I'm here for you and like I need you to open the door. It's okay.
Okay, so
Trying
for
to guilt the door to
non-copyright
open.
purposes, I translated said spell into English and then into German. So I cast Action.
Okay, well, one thing at a time. Pendre, please give me a wild roll as you use your mom magic to try and guilt trip the door into opening.
It's mom magic. Never listen. The most powerful thing in this world is a mom.
Absolutely.
I rolled a 6.
Ooh, not that
Ouch.
powerful. Okay. Give
Even
me a
moms make
consequences roll.
mistakes.
Give me another d6 to see the consequences.
A 5.
Oh no.
The spell
Ouch.
fails dramatically. So
I
you try
think
this.
I think that everyone just from watching this realizes that I am not Adalbert Pendre.
Everybody immediately is aware that this isn't Adalbert. She is way too mom-like. As the door vibrates and pushes you backwards. You are not my mother. I am a construct.
Real mom. You're not my real mom.
You're not my mom.
You're not my real mom.
You're not my real mom.
Oh my god.
Add 1 to your wild, please.
Yeah, for sure.
So that didn't work.
What about
What
the
about
German
Axion?
Axiel?
Is that a spell that Rascal would know how to cast?
Okay, what is the reasoning for why so the reason why a raccoon would potentially know this is because they were all former familiars and they have heard the person that they were familiars for say this. And it brought them something, usually treats for them.
She's really good at this.
I will allow you to roll for it with disadvantage.
I work for a company that rule of cool, if you can come up for a reason for something happening, that's what happens in the game. So I'm familiar with how this works.
We'll allow you to roll your wild disadvantage though. So 2 dice, take the higher one.
Disadvantage. Disadvantage.
Well, okay, so
Yes.
here's the funny thing. They're both 2.
oh, wait.
Okay.
Hey!
I love the cat just circling around.
Yeah. It's the eternal loop of moving kitties.
So they're both a 2. So I believe that brings me the key.
Yeah, with a 2, you get the key. Hang on. There is one thing that maybe you don't. If I roll well enough for the skeleton, because the skeleton, spoilers, is guarding this key.
I
I
figured.
offer him
Really?
some jerky so he can have some meat on his bones.
Ow. That would
One.
hurt,
I
madam.
rolled a
No.
1. Yeah. The key comes flying out from down the skeleton hallway, and it actually just smashes through the skeleton, whose name was Leighton, by the way. Smashes
Aw.
through Leighton, and he just like crumbles. I was doing my job. As this
Was
key
he 2
flies
days from
through.
retirement?
And you did your job well.
And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you wizards.
Gotten away
Definitely.
with it too if it wasn't for you
Definitely.
meddling raccoons.
Key comes flying towards your lead raccoon, Rascal.
I got it. You just see the raccoons waddle up to the door, like really like happy with themselves. Like, I remember do I get treats from this now?
Oh,
Opens door.
I give them jerky.
Aw.
Refill my snack after this.
You have some jerky. It's delicious. You put the key in the door. Door vibrates for a second and goes, "Key accepted," and opens inwards to the bright white light that you're used to.
Do we want to take the potion now before we go through the door?
Yes, I am taking
Think
gotta
so,
take a
yeah.
Really tired of this. Blunk.
You all take a sip of your potion and become your regular normal sizes again.
8 feet tall.
Yay.
8 feet tall. Just
I don't know how I
8
didn't
feet
notice
tall
how
and
big you were.
gangly, like 8 feet tall and like this thin.
Alchemy looks
How
up the
the
rascal and
proctor
it's just like,
did not immediately
how did I
look
not
at-
realize how tall you were?
Tiny little arms.
I had a birthday
little, little T-Rex arms. Oh, wow.
If we go through the door?
You head
Yes,
on.
we're going through the damn
Yeah.
door.
Let's go through the door.
Now your regular sizes, you head on through the door. The light glows bright, and you find yourselves back in the Ministry of, excuse me, Ministry for the Distribution of Arcane Magical Permits waiting room, where the light of Procky descends from the sky and says, "Congratulations! You've completed your wizard certification exam and have passed all of the requirements needed for your wizard certificate. And you didn't die. That's always good. Cleaning
That
up
was
is a
an
mess.
option?
That is always an option.
Like that was
It's not the best option, but it is definitely an option.
Did you miss the big eyeball monster in the second chamber? He could have killed you instantly.
I'm glad we didn't wake him up. then.
Oh, Lord.
That is a good thing. And you find on the tables in front of you are 5 very elegant, like fancily written certificates that say Dwayne Roxon, certified wizard, Rascal, certified wizard, Adalbert Pendre, certified wizard, Elvira Wilder, certified wizard, Alchemy Runebro, certified wizard. Please take your wizarding certificates and you may exit as you please. Congratulations, and don't forget to come back. It's mandatory that you retake the wizarding exam once every 7 years.
shit.
See you then. And
That's
Procky fades out.
Can we pencil each other in so we make sure we're all in the same group?
I'll be here. Yeah. 7 years.
Come back up.
Absolutely.
Can we
Absolutely.
go ahead and like sign up for our recertification now for like 7 years from now?
Scanning schedule. Scanning. I have an appointment for January 17th, 117 year of King David. Is that
Sounds
good
good.
for
That
you?
works for me totally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that works.
That's good. Yeah.
Excellent. I will see you all then.
You want to have a pen so I can write that down? And then I like totally flip over my certificate and write it.
When you ask for a pencil, you actually see like movement under the cloak. The bottom raccoon is actually handing up a pencil.
I know,
And
just
you
roll
see
it.
the hand going.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Pencil.
Please take care of your certificates. A replacement will not be provided.
Good. Cool.
After all this, so Alchemy is going to just open her cloak with all her potions and pull out a flask. This was some bullshit.
You are all clearly fantastic wizards.
Definitely wizards. Yeah.
Definitely
Excellent
Definitely.
wizards.
Definitely wizards.
Roll credits.
Roll credits.
Uh-huh.
Scene.
GG.
Oh my gosh.
Not used to having to make up my own spells.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That was hilarious.
Good.
That
Yeah,
was
So
that
now we
was
have to look
fun.
up the stats for the yeet spell.
Oh.
gonna have to homebrew a spell
I'm
to
gonna
do
create
that.
a yeet spell
For sure.
for our homebrew. Yeah.
Look, can I come back and run Rupture for you guys? Because if you like this, you'll like Rupture.
1,000%
yeah.
you
Let
can.
me know.
I don't know what
Yes.
it is, but I am absolutely down for it.
1,000%.
We have to do the Kickstarter again because reasons. But I will definitely run Rupture for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us
Send us
know,
a
and we'll
DM.
even
Sweet.
we'll like promo it and all that stuff, so you can see if we can get you some people.
For sure. All right. I hope everybody had fun.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah,
Good.
That
It was
was a
good.
blast.
Glorious.
blast playing goddamn 4
Whew.
raccoons and starting so
My face hurts from laughing.
good.
Same here. I managed to give myself a headache.
All right, I'll give everybody a chance to sign off, remind everybody where they can find you for future games that you're in, social media stuff, anything you want to share with our audience. We will start with our Raccoons of Chaos. Rascal, take it away.
Are we able to put links in the chat?
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So you can find me personally as Geek Girl Lissa on all social media. However, I am on 2 separate D&D streams. You can find me Monday nights on twitch.tv/nerdworksmedia for Bros and Dragons. That's also a podcast that you can find on Spotify. Tuesdays, so Bros and Dragons is at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Tuesdays, I am on Windermere Falls on twitch.tv/Dead Bard Society. If you guys are familiar with
Nice.
British Bard and Bobby Oli, who happens to be in the chat right now, and a variety of other people. We play there at 1 p.m. Eastern time, usually. This week we will be off because scheduling stuff for our DM, but we typically are there on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. And then again, you can find me here on Twitch. I stream a variety of different games. Right now I'm going between Pokemon and A Plague's Tale: Innocence. Again, I may be hyper focused and played 11 hours of Pokemon the other night, but that's neither here nor there. I am also I do a lot of things, so just check out the link tree.
Love it.
Awesome. I'm gonna check it out too. And hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll be back on DnDenial with some future something. You're always welcome. All right, let's take it to.
Totally just getting the link to our thing there. Sorry.
Thank you. I Sneeze Stars just posted the link to our Discord. If anyone wants to join the DnDenial Discord, you're always welcome. Let's move over to everyone's favorite group mom, Elizabeth Pendre.
Hi everyone, I'm Hillary again. You can find me on pretty much all social medias at Pixie Spry. That's PIXIESPRYE. And I'm also on Twitter. Usually I open up commissions. So if you're looking for art for some of your characters, whether it be DnD or TTRPG, I'd love to make some for you. And I post a lot on TikTok. I mostly do like some of the content for my game that I'm DMing now, which has been super fun. But it was lovely to play with you all. Thank you so much.
We loved having you.
Playing with you too.
That was fun.
And if anybody needs art, definitely check it out.
She's
posted
super good.
Yeah, she posted some to the Discord. It was awesome. Let's go to Elvira.
Hey guys, I'm Lydia. I'm bookish streamer on most everything on TikTok and also on Twitch and Instagram. And I mostly just post D&D. I do a lot of virtual D&Ds, but none of them are streaming. Hopefully I can talk them into doing some streaming there soon, and that'll be posted to my TikTok and everything else. But I'm so excited and had a lot of fun. Y'all are wonderful.
Amazing. I'm glad everybody had a good time.
Thank you for accepting my chaos.
Your chaos
It was amazing.
absolutely welcome.
We thrive on the chaos. Crazy Gamer Lady.
All right, I have been the Crazy Gamer Lady, and you can find me every other Saturday, starting next Saturday, in Unlicensed Magic on ADH Adventures, playing with that one blonde nerd, Circle DM, Bardic Sweet Tea, Halfling Wizard, all those lovely people. And yeah, that's pretty much all you can ever find me at. I'm also here in DnDenial whenever I'm invited.
Which is as often as we can have you.
Love having you.
Yay.
All right. Stars.
Hi, I'm Jessica. I go by I See Stars online. And this is my channel. You can find me here. You can find me on TikTok as I See Stars. You can also find me here Monday nights DMing my own game called The Iowan Adventures. It's at 7:30 EST.
It's good
And
times.
yes.
And I've been the Speed of Candy. You can find me on all the various internet places, mostly TikTok when I remember that I have to actually make videos to upload to it, which I will eventually, I promise. You can also find me here on DnDenial, which is also my channel. We share it.
My channel, be honest.
Without me running tech, you have nothing.
I'm so kidding.
Now,
I
children.
love you so much.
You can find me Monday nights. I'm in I See Stars' game, The Iowan Adventures. Tuesday nights, I am in Diary of a Dragon Pit. Sunday nights, I DM every other Sunday a podcast called The Scarlet Empire, which is my homebrew world that I made and I DM. And that's it. I hope everybody had fun with Definitely Wizards. It is definitely something we're going to be doing again. So we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.